What's up, everybody? Trinity here, the Peanut Peddler, your friendly neighborhood nutman and local cycling geek. Welcome back to 2nd Street. It's New Comic Book Wednesday, and here I am in my local comic book shop, Bases Cards and Comics, right here in Lancaster, California, to bring you all my comic book pull list. Now, if you don't know what a comic book pull list is, there should be a video right up there where you can go and learn a little bit more about that. Now, if this is your first time here, you know what? Congratulations, we are now a DC channel. That's right. You know, we're dropping the Marvel and all that. We're going DC, baby. That's right. We're doing it. Did you guys read that Batman 3 Jokers last week? It was a good one. And we're continuing on this week with even more DC. That's right, I told you, I'm not kidding around. We are now a DC channel. We're gonna go ahead and get here into my comic book pull list, but before we do that, in case you don't already know, what I typically do is I get into Marvel, then DC, and then some of the small press and indies. But before that, we got this free comic book day issue that just came out. This is the Jack Kirby book. I believe this is just a part. This is going to be in a bigger book, as far as I know. You can get that at your local comic book shop. But part of the free comic book day promotions that they are doing, in case you aren't aware, things have kind of been crazy this year, and free comic book day didn't happen, so they've been slowly putting out all of these issues here at the local comic book shop. So feel free to check those out if you are at your LCS. Now, getting into my list, starting off with Marvel, as always, we're going to start off with Marvel Zombies Resurrection issue number 1, and I am telling you guys, it's not DC's Deceased. No, it's not. I know there's people out there that are going to make comparisons. It's not that at all. It's not even close. It's different. It's totally different. It's Marvel, not DC, and it's totally not like they put this out around the same time. And hey, this book was pretty good. Make sure you stay tuned to the channel. I've got a review going to be dropping on this one very soon. I thought the book was pretty decent. I have some things, you know, but altogether, I'd say go pick it up. This one right here, I like the Inyuk Lee cover on there, but I do have some nitpicks about that cover as well. Why is it just me, or does his head just kind of looks like a balloon right there on the cover? I'm not going to slam Inyuk Lee's work because I love his artwork, but this one right here, I don't know, but it was my favorite of all the covers that they had, and there are several covers out there to choose from as well. Now, moving on in my Marvel comic book pull list, I've got Cable issue number 4. The Dawn of X rolls on, guys, and we're almost to the 10 of Swords. We're almost there. Cable issue number 4 here, I thought was actually a pretty decent issue. We learn a little bit more about the what is it? The Knights of Galador, or the sword, the light of Galador. We learn a little bit more about that and the society there with those space knights. Very cool stuff here in issue number 4. I think that it finally really gave us a whole lot here. Some interesting things in here. I would suggest going out and picking this one up if you've been keeping up with all the Dawn of X books. If not, stay tuned to the channel for my review of it. Very good book. Getting here into the next one, we've got Wolverine issue number 5 this week with Wolverine. The story continues with the one with Benjamin Percy here and Victor Bogdanovic telling the story with the vampires, some of the things that happened after the last issue. Very cool stuff going on here. I like this issue. Just great stuff going on in the Wolverine book. It's been pretty decent. I do kind of wish there'd be a little bit more in this book, but it's given me just enough at all the right times. I really enjoy what Benjamin Percy is doing with Wolverine so far. Now, the next one on my comic book pull list, and I know there's somebody out there going to say something, I'm still getting them. That's Hawkeye Freefall issue number 6. In case you guys don't know, you guys know I made a big deal about this, how they didn't put it out. They were going to go digital only for the last 2 issues, and then Marvel went and answered my cries and all my tears. They took and brought a tissue and said, dry up those tears, Trinity. We put it out on physical for you, okay? Since we know you're not going to buy the digital version only. Thank you, Marvel. You listened. But you know what? Regardless, we'll get into that. The next one here on my comic book pull list is Swordmaster issue number 10. It's about time we got issue number 10 of Swordmaster. I've enjoyed this series. I thought it was pretty good. I wonder if this is going to be one of those series where they end up cutting short. They're just going to stop at issue number 11 or 12, I'm guessing. I know they're putting it out in a collected trade paperback along with Arrow, which is a very good series as well. But I'm not sure if they're going to continue this one on in digital afterward, if they're going to continue on print here, if they're just finishing out the story arc as they should. I don't know. I can't wait to get here into Swordmaster. I've enjoyed the series so far, so looking forward to reading that one. And then the last one here on my comic book pull list of Marvel is going to be New Mutants issue number 12. Guys, this book is a good one. I gotta tell you though, As much as I really enjoyed the New Mutant series over these last couple of issues, they've kind of pulled me in as I'm like, okay, I really do like this. They switched up the artist on me here. They switched up the artists here, and also they brought in a different writer as well. Now we've got Ed. Well, Ed Brisson was writing some of the issues, but here we've got a different artist, and the artist switch here, it was a little off-putting. Not into it. Very nitpicky about that. It wasn't terrible, but I don't know. Can we just? I know they had two different artists that were working on it before. They had Flaviano and I can't remember who else was doing the other art. But like they switched, and then I just don't know. Rod Reese. It was Rod Reese doing the other issues. They just need to get somebody solid on this book doing it. The switch up here, I didn't really like it, but I'm not going to complain that much about it. The story in New Mutants issue number 12, I really dug the story here towards the end of the book. Very cool stuff going on in this issue. But now, let's go ahead and get into some DC books, guys. Like I said, we're a DC channel now, man. They've been spoon feeding us just some wonderful, wonderful content. And it's starting off with this one that started last year and continued into this next arc. That's Deceased issue number 3. This is Deceased Dead Planet issue number 3, and check out that Matina cover, man. I like these zombified covers that they've been doing. I haven't got a chance to read this one yet, but I've really enjoyed the Deceased series. They've also been putting out those Deceased Hope at World's End, those ones that only cost 99 cents on the DC app. Go buy those. They add so much into this story. They really do help build this world and make it feel more real. Brings in a lot of emotional weight into the story through those little $1 issues as well, only available on digital. I'm hoping they eventually put those out in a trade paperback or a collected edition or an issue along with all of this story arc, because they're just really great stuff. Every single one of those Hope at World's End, it kind of hits me emotionally because the story altogether has been really good, and just the way it's like Tom Taylor doing what he does, and it's great. It's great. Absolutely love it. Now, this next one I've got was a story that I got onto because of one of the channel members here, one of the Myrtle Maniacs, R.C. Scott, told me to go out and check out this Batman Joker War, this 3-issue miniseries. Well, I guess it's continuing on in this one as well, but I like the series, what I was reading. But that's Batman issue number 98, and look at that cover right there. Isn't that a beautiful cover too? How could I say no? How could I say no? We're a DC channel now, right, guys? Right? Let me hear it down in the comments below. Tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. But that's all I have for my Marvel and DC books so far. We're going to go ahead and get here into some small press and indies today. We are starting off with another number 1. This is going to be on Ablaze Comics. This is something I know my man Captain Pennsylvania. Where you at, Cap? Where you at? I know you've been busy, brother. I hope you're doing well. But this is the Cimmerian People of the Black Circle, issue number 1. Ablaze has been doing these issues of the Cimmerian. I haven't really read any of them, but when I seen this issue number 1 was coming out, my LCS got it in. I'm like, I'm gonna hop on board with this one and check it out, because I know my man Cap, he's gonna appreciate that. He's gonna appreciate that, right? He's gonna appreciate it. So that's all I have on Ablaze Comics. The next one we're going to get into is Aftershock Comics. And you guys know how much I love Aftershock Comics and the work that they do over there. Now, this is a number 1. This is from Zach Thompson. This is Lonely Receiver, issue number 1. And take a look at that cover. Now, these the Aftershock Comics, one thing that they do here, and I will throw this out there, and maybe as kind of a gripe, is that they do their number 1s here at $4.99, the $4.99 price point. This was something I didn't really notice, but I mean, I guess I did. I just didn't really notice that they were doing it so often until Chris from Chaos and Comics had pointed out that all their number 1s, they seem to do in these cardstock covers and add the extra $1. You don't have the option of getting the regular cover without the extra $1. And I got to admit, that's one of their little gimmicks, one of the things they do. Hey, I'm not going to hate on them for it, but I will say it's a little concerning. Come on. I get that. Anybody who wants to complain or gripe about that, I totally hear you there. But again, I like the work they do on Aftershock Comics, so I'm willing to pay that for that number 1, I guess. I'm going to give it to them, all right? So, because that brings me to the next one, and that is Disaster Inc., issue number 3. Guys, this one, man, At first, the first issue, I wasn't quite for sure if I was going to continue reading this one because some of the art in this book, like, I'm not really into it. It's just kind of like, you could do better on the art. But then there's some panels that they do so great. Issue number 3 here continues that with the art thing, but the stuff I like in here is with these samurai that come in and they're in there just like, they're tearing through people. It's great, but they're not just samurai, they're dead spirit samurais. It's great stuff. Doing horror only the way the Aftershock comics could do it. Very, very good book. I've liked the Disaster Inc. so far. Now, that's all I've got for my Aftershock comics. We're going to get into another one of my favorite publishers out there that just came out this year. That's Artists, Writers, and Artisans, AWA Upshot. Man, they have been knocking it out of the park. I am telling you, if you haven't checked out any of their books, go out to your local comic book shop, or if you don't have one near you, I understand if you have to get online and get digital. That's okay. I'm not going to hold it against you for now. But you got to go check out what Axel Alonso and the guys are doing over there over at AWA Upshot. They are putting together some great creators with great artists, great just all together putting these books together, guys. And this one they got another number 1, that is Grendel, Kentucky, issue number 1. This is the variant wraparound cover. I didn't even check that one out there. Guys, I've liked every single title coming out of AWA Upshot. They are doing a great job over there. This Grendel, Kentucky is a very good one. This kind of reminds me of, what was that movie? Remember that movie with Jason Statham and James Franco? And James Franco was like the crazy drug dealer guy, and Jason Statham was there, and what was that, Homefront? I think that was the name of it. This kind of reminds me of that, but a little bit different. I mean, it's a very good story. AWA Upshot. You can't beat what they're doing right now. They are proving here, even amidst everything going on with this year in 2020, we all know it's been a complete shit show, and here they're proving that you can still go out there, even amidst the whole, the comic controversy. Oh, the comic book industry is shutting down. It's dying. But no, Axel Alonso isn't going out without a fight, and they're doing it over at AWA Upshot Studios. Go check out any of their titles. Pick them up and let me know what you think about them. If you have, let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of their books and what you thought of them, because they're doing just a great job. I want to see them continuing to do good stuff over there. Hotel just finished up a couple weeks ago. Great stuff. Red Border just finished up last week. Great stuff. You guys need to go check them out. Now, moving on, the next one I've got is on Boom Studios Comics. Boom Studios, another publisher out there making moves, doing good stuff over the past couple years. I say right now, they're kind of making some people upset. By the way, happy birthday, Keanu Reeves. Happy birthday. And hey man, there's people out there upset at you right now, and Boom Studios, are they going to cancel you? Well, I don't know. But one thing they can't cancel is this book right here. That's King of Nowhere, issue number 5. You know why they can't cancel this? Because it's the last issue of King of Nowhere, written by W. Maxwell Prince, the writer of Image Comics' Ice Cream Man. He is doing a great job writing this book. Tyler Jenkins and Hillary Jenkins coming in and doing the art and colors here. Loving King of Nowhere. This is the last issue, sadly. I love the way it tied up here. Everything the way it happened in this book was really great. It leaves with a good cliffhanger to make you want to read a next issue or series if it's going to come out. I doubt it is. I don't know. But I like what they did here. W. Maxwell Prince continuing to do a great job with his writing. Now, that's all I have on Boom Studios. Now we're going to move into Image Comics. This week on Image Comics, we got Firepower, issue number 3. Robert Kirkman, Chris Samney coming in with another, I don't know, what would you say? Another whitewashed kung fu story, right? Oh, it's great. I like this book. Is it original? Nah, I don't know. We have to see yet. But what they're doing in this book is very fun. It's interesting. The art here is very indie style, very Image Comics. No complaints there whatsoever, because the story kind of going on here, the way it's built up, everything going on here. I like this one, especially here in issue number 3 of Firepower. Doing a good job. I'm not sure how this is going to be an ongoing. I'm guessing. Who knows for how long? But it's good so far. I have no complaints. The last book on my comic book pull list, though, is on Image Comics as well, and that's Coffin Bound. This is issue number 6. And I gotta tell you, Coffin Bound, I really like those first 4 issues. They were dark, they were gritty, the story was telling. Here, the last issue number 5 and issue number 6, they're not bad. They're just different than the last story was so far, and the art. I believe they've got the same artist here and everything. It's just a little bit different direction that they have taken here so far, and I won't say it's bad. It's just maybe they need to get back into their stride or whatnot. But Coffin Bound, I don't know. I mean, they're only in 4 issue arcs, so I guess I've got 2 more issues to get through and see how it is. But I want to know from you, what's on your comic book pull list, and what of these books would you like me to do some more in-depth reviews on? Is there any new series getting ready to come out that you know about that you would like me to cover here on the channel? If so, you should make sure that you check the links down in the description, or you can even check the join button right next to the subscribe button and learn a little bit more about the Myrtle Maniacs and what it takes to become a channel member and the perks of membership. And, of course, if you're just here watching, you don't have the monies, you don't want to support the channel in that way, that's all good. I appreciate you guys being here, watching the videos and interacting. It's great just getting together with you guys and talking about comics. But that's all I have for my comic book pull list, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Second Street Marvel. If you haven't already, please make sure you're subscribed, click the little bell and all of that good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, give it a thumbs down if you don't. Believe me, it's not gonna hurt my feelings. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Get out and support your local comic book shop like I'm supporting mine. And we'll see you in the next video. Later.